Now let us discuss the concept of alternate angles. Alternate angles are formed when we have two straight lines. Let us suppose we have two straight lines L and M and a transversal. Let us suppose a transversal P cuts the lines at X and Y. Then the various angles are formed. So let us name the angles. Let it be 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. These are the various angles formed when a straight line cuts two straight lines. That means when L and M are cut by the transversal P, all these angles are formed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now that we are discussing alternate angles are those angles in which one angle is on the one side of the transversal and other is on the other side of the transversal. Like let us suppose we have 4. Now 4 is on the one side of L and then 5 is also, then angle 4 and angle 5 are alternate angles. Now angle 4 is formed at line L and angle 5 is formed at line M, and when the transversal P is cutting them, and 4 is on the one side of the transversal and 5 is on the other side of the transversal. So 4 and 5 are alternate angles. Similarly 3 and angle 6 are again alternate angles. In this case also this is formed, angle 3 is formed at line L and angle 6 is formed at line M, and both are 3 is on the one side of the transversal and 6 is on the other side of the transversal. Similarly, if I take angle 1, then for that the other alternate angle will be angle 8. It is again an alternate angle. The same concept applies here because 1 is formed at line L and 8 is formed at line M when the transversal P is cutting them, and 1 is on the one side, so the 8 is on the other side of P. Again we have angle 2 and angle 7, they are again alternate angles. All the 4 cases are for the alternate angles, but if we see that 4 and 5, 3 and 6, in the case of 4 and 5, 3 and 6, they are inside, they are in the interior of the two, they are between the two lines L and M, so they are called alternate interior angles. Because they are they are between L and M, so they are known as interior angles, and as they are alternate, so we call them alternate interior angles. Similarly, for this and this, that means 1 and 8 and 2 and 7, as they are outside the L and M, so they are called alternate exterior angles. So now we have two pair of alternate interior angles and two pair of alternate exterior angles. So alternate interior angles are 4 and 5, 3 and 6, and alternate exterior angles are 1 and 8, 2 and 7. Now when this line L is parallel to M, in a special case when the L and M are parallel to each other, then the alternate angles both interior and exterior are equal. That means as they are alternate angles, and if L is parallel to M, we can say that angle 4 is equal to angle 5, angle 3 is equal to angle 6. They are alternate interior angles. Similarly, angle 1 is equal to angle 8, angle 2 is equal to angle 7. They are alternate exterior angles. So we can say that when the lines L and M are parallel to each other, in this special case the alternate interior angles are equal and alternate exterior angles are equal. Otherwise, if the lines L and M are not parallel to each other, then they are not equal to each other, but still they are alternate angles. So whenever we have a pair of parallel lines and a transversal cuts them, then alternate interior angles are also equal and alternate exterior angles are equal. So we should be very clear that we have two pair of alternate interior angles and two pair of alternate exterior angles, and in case of parallel lines, these pairs are always equal. That means 4 and 5 are alternate interior angles. It is a pair of alternate interior angles. When L is parallel to M, it will be equal. Angle 4 will be equal to angle 5. Similarly, angle 3 will be equal to angle 6. They are alternate interior because they are alternate. They are alternate means one angle is on the one side of the transversal and other is on the other side of the transversal. Now we see that 4 is on one side of P and 5 is on the other side of P. Similarly 3 and 6, and they are they are between L and M, so they are known as interior angles. So we have 4 and 5 as alternate interior angles, 3 and 6 alternate interior angles, whereas 1 and 8 are alternate exterior angles. 2 and 7 are again alternate exterior angles. When L is parallel to M, alternate exterior angles are also equal. So 1 will be equal to 8 and 2 will be equal to 7. Now let us take a question on this concept that alternate interior angles and alternate exterior angles are equal in case of parallel lines. Suppose we have two parallel lines L and M and a transversal P cuts them such that the various angles are, this is angle 1, this is angle 2 and this is angle 3, and we are given that angle 1 is to angle 2 as 5 is to 3, and we are supposed to find angle 3. That means we are given two straight lines L and M which are parallel to each other, and P is the transversal which is cutting them, and we are supposed to find angle 3 when we are given a relation that 1 is to 2 is 5 is to 3. Now we see that angle 1, the solution will be angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degree because they are linear pairs, because P is a straight line and L is cutting it. So angle 1 plus angle 2 will be 180 degree, and but we know that angle 1 is to angle 2 is as 5 is to 3. Let the common factor be x. So angle 1 is 5x and angle 2 is 3x. Putting these values in the equation, let us suppose this is as equation 1, putting the value of angle 1 and angle 2, we will get 5x plus 3x is equal to 180 degree, or 8x is equal to 180 degree, or we can say x is equal to 180 upon 8. So it will be equal to, if we divide it with 2, we get x is equal to 180 upon 8. If we divide with 2, we get, it will be 4 and it will be 90. Again when we divide it with 2, we get 2 and here we will get 45. So 45 upon 2. Further it will be equal to 22 and a half. Now x is equal to 22 and a half. So angle 1 is equal to, as angle 1 is equal to 5x, so 5 into 45 upon 2, or I can say it is 135 upon 2. 5 5s are 25 and 2 carry, 5 4s are 20 and 225 upon 2. Similarly angle 2 will be 3x, so it is 3 into 45 upon 2, we will get 90, we will get 135 upon 2. Now we see that angle 2 is equal to angle 3. They are alternate interior, and we know that L is parallel to M, so angle 2 is equal to angle 3 because angle 2 and angle 3 are alternate interior angles. And now L and M are two straight lines, are two parallel lines, and P is the transversal cutting them, as so 2 will be equal to 3. Now we know that angle 2 is equal to 135 upon 2, so angle 3 will also be equal to 135 upon 2. This is how we can find the angle 3 when we are given a relation between angle 1 and angle 2, and it is the relation is they are in the ratio 5:3. Now when the angle 1 and angle 2 are in the ratio 5:3, we have taken a common factor x, and so angle 1 will be 5x and angle 2 will be 3x, using the concept that of linear pair, that angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degree. I have substituted the value of angle 1 and angle 2. So I found 8x is equal to 180, or x is equal to 45.2, or I can say 22.5 degree. Now angle 1 is equal to 5x, so it will be 225 upon x, and angle 2 is equal to 3x, so it will be 135 upon 2. Now angle 2 and angle 3 are alternate angles when L and M are two straight lines and P is the transversal, but as L and M have been given to us to be parallel to each other, so we can say that angle 2 is equal to angle 3. So angle 3 will be equal to 135.2. So this is how we can apply the concept of alternate angles, and we know that when two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, the alternate angles are equal.